Welcome back to the Emerald Knight, Part 24, Collapse. I don't really know what to talk about. I forgot to think of things to talk about as I was editing the first video, the one without commentary. But that's okay. I'm just glad to be back doing this. The last few months have been pretty busy. I spent a lot of time trying to get my living situation set up. Well, I live in an RV now, and it's pretty cool, honestly. I had to lay, all the electrical wire and the plumbing and all this other stuff to get everything operational. And it's really nice. I rather enjoy it. It is a nice setup for now. And it took me a few months to get all of that set up. I enjoyed the process, and I take a sort of sense of pride in it, having set all of this stuff up, on my own. I mean, of course, I sought out knowledge as to what I needed to do in order to get it all set up, but it's been really cool. I'm fortunate to be able to have access to property on which I can set this thing and set everything up. And I'm probably going to remain here for the foreseeable future. But we'll see about that. Who knows what'll come my way? I don't know. But anyway, to talk about this session of writing, I felt, for the most of it, I felt very good about it. A lot of things felt very natural coming out of my system as I wrote these various parts, or sat down to write at various times for this part. I enjoy the interaction between Eranthis and the knight as they are getting on the stinky raft. I feel that is a very good juxtaposition or opposition in character without the use of words. And soon enough, coming up, there are going to be thoughts coming out of Eranthis' mind that will further help characterize her and her even her disposition toward the knight. It just as we push on through the story, it seems a lot like there's just this growing venom toward each other between these characters, which I like. I enjoy that. I think that's a lot of fun to start off a story like that. Yeah, not unlike a romantic comedy, I suppose, but this ain't no romantic comedy. But starting off a story like this, I think is pretty fun. Also, this is the first time, I think, that we get to see inside we get to see the exact thoughts of a character, like their exact words that are running through their mind. And I debated about that sort of thing, as to how removed is the reader from the character. Do we get to see their thoughts at all? In the past, we've gotten glimpses of the characters' thoughts in terms of the images that have come to their minds. But as of yet, we've yet to see any words. And I debated about that, and I just thought, like, the jokes were too, funny to not go through with it, so, to the wind with that, let's... On occasion, we may see the exact thoughts running through their minds. I think that's fine. I do enjoy a sort of sense of remove, just getting to see what the characters do as opposed to, like their exact word for word reasoning in their minds why they did it. You just see them in action. In certain instances, depending on the context, getting to see their word for word thoughts is beneficial. Like in this part, for instance, right here, it's funny, so that's in that context. Why not? Yeah. So, in other contexts similar, I will probably implement this. It's, like I said, it's been a while since my last upload, because, I've been busy with all the stuff to do with the RV. There's still a lot that needs to be done with it. Like, in order to get it... I mean, I'm operational right now, but, like, in order to get it looking as nice as I want it to look, it's going to take a lot more work. But as far as committing every day off that I have to it, I'm going to be doing that more sparingly so that I can commit my time back to this channel and try to get back into some sort of schedule. I plan on getting back into the schedule of uploading one of these videos, like a set of these videos per week. And hopefully we can make some real progress with the Emerald Knight. Because as of right now, I'm coming up on the 1 year anniversary of my creation of this channel on April 24th, which happens to be my sister's birthday. And I need to remember to get her a gift. I'm not sure what to get her. But that's other personal biz, whatever. Not to do with the video. But yes, I have nothing planned for the 1 year anniversary other than getting back into it. So yeah, it's been a year, and we're on part 24. I mean, when you think about, like, how many weeks are in a year, it's not that bad. I did expect that the story would be a lot further into it at this point, of course. I mean, back in the beginning, I was producing parts, like 3 parts a week, or even daily in the very beginning, but when I grew to care more about, like, the presentation of these videos, and wanted to make time for other things that I wanted to do, other projects, it soon grew into, you know, once a week sort of thing. But yeah, hopefully I can keep up with the once a week starting from here on out, and just keep going with it and see where we go, baby. Oh, this part right here, this section of the story, I really enjoy this one. I thought this was it was tough to write this part, but at the same time I feel like it's pretty good. A pretty good representation or presentation of like through a character's like feelings, stimulation, like what's coming into their system, like what can they sense, their sensation, their limited sensation of in their lethargic state. I thought this was a very good representation of that. I felt pretty good about it. And it was one of those moments, one of those sessions of writing that just felt right. Not necessarily did it all just roll out of my system, you know, just back to back. I've done a lot of editing to cut out all of the times that I pause for thought. You know, what am I going to write next? How am I going to word it? I mean, so, you know, but I think it turned out really nice. A very good place to start, at least for in the rough draft. I was going to say something else, now I forgot. Oh, something that I was going to mention. Something else that I was going to mention. Oh, this next part right here too. I felt that it was pretty good too. It felt nice. Just from the knight's perspective, like as in this section we're delving into the knight's consciousness, or like being that little angel or devil on the shoulder of the knight's consciousness, and we're just like in the outskirts of the consciousness of the knight and following the knight. You know, I enjoy like the greater remove that we get from the knight as opposed to Eranthis, where with whom we get a lot more shall we say, action from her character as we follow her in her sections. But I enjoy the remove that we get from the knight when we jump into the knight's sections as we follow the knight. Anyway, other thing that I wanted to mention is that I've spent here and there as I could trying to make this one art piece that I just think is so dope, man. Like, it's at the end of this video too. Like, when you see it, you're just gonna be like, what the fuck? I feel really good about it. Like, there's probably people out there, this is the first time I've ever used After Effects, but there's people out there that probably do that junk a lot better than I can. But I feel really good about it. Like, I think it looks so cool, and I think those of you out there will think the same. Like, it looks so dope. I can't wait for you to see it. It's so cool. I also want to make a new border for the text, and I know what I want to do. It's just I just came off of doing that one outro screen piece, and it's like, ugh, like digital art for me is like I'm somewhat of a perfectionist, not really, but like I like to, you know, really get things to look satisfying for me. And even though the border screen would be a lot simpler than the outro screen, it's still time consuming. And like, to each their own, but for me personally, it's like, while I enjoy digital art, it's tough for me to just sit there in front of a computer for hours on end, especially when it's just trying to do one thing. Like the various After Effects composition stuff that I do for the outro screen, I spend hours on that, just trying to figure that out. And while I really enjoy the end result, the process of trying to get there was like, at some points it was just so infuriating. And I just felt so restless, and it was difficult to stay in my seat. That's how it is for me with digital art. I mean, even for making just the art for the outro screen was difficult for me to, sit there and do it. But luckily I'm stubborn, I guess. Anyway. Coming up on the end here, baby, and you're about to see the masterpiece. But yeah, this whole section here, it just flowed for me. I just feel like it just flowed very well. It had a very nice up and down motion, wavy motion. But that's all I really know what to say with my ad-libbing. Anyway, without further ado, let me introduce you to the masterpiece. Oh. Isn't that so freaking dope? Like, anyway, I'll see you in the next part. Thank you.